can start.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our session, Embracing NoCode. Change your mindset and you can change the world. My name is Marketa, and I'm going to guide you towards our session. We have actually two parts of our session. In the first one, Benjamin, who is our solution engineer, is going to tell you a little bit about Make, and we will dive into demo. In the second part, we will invite one of our partners, Alegria, represented by Thomas, and we will have a fireside chat about trainings and education. What are the essential skills you need to have if you want to learn about NoCode? What are the emerging trends, and what are the trends we are most excited about?
Thank you, Marketa. So let's start now to talk about Make. I guess everyone have heard about what automation is and how helpful it is in the companies and when you need to perform some of your own business processes. So Make is one of these solutions. So Make is a no-code automation solution. So it helps companies build their own integrations, orchestrations. There are so many use cases that I couldn't mention everything, but we'll see some examples. We'll build in front of you a new use case to show you what it looks like. Make is used absolutely everywhere. There's in almost all countries, so 180 countries. So we have customers absolutely everywhere. We have more than 100,000 organizations. An organization can have more than one user, in fact, and you can have multiple use cases in one organization. We integrate natively with more than 1,500 applications. So it means that we allow our customers to easily connect and query and insert data into 1,500 applications, but not only, because it's completely extensible. I will show you after what it looks like. So we have customers of all types, from the startup or the auto-entrepreneur to big companies. Again, worldwide, and this platform is well has a good reputation. I would say we're happy to see that a lot of customers give a good note and a good review about the platform. It's true that you will see that it's a platform, I would say, fun to use. Easy to use, even if we'll talk more about with the questions about what type of profile can use the platform and what you should take care of if you decide to use Make or any other no-code solution. With Make, we answer many questions. So these are feedbacks that we got from customers that do not use Make. What issues they get without Make or without automating the tasks in the company. So we have some customers that complain that because they still need to type again in different applications the same data, there are errors. They make errors when they type. Some take too much time to react when there is a wrong review or a claim because they are not automatically alerted that something happens or the data is not propagated, so they have to go to the application to see that something happened. One very common, this is the one that you see, the 16 weeks to fully onboard a new hire. This is super common. We often have customers and human resource managers that say that it takes them too much time to take care of new employees. And we have especially a few use cases where it was taking them weeks to onboard new employees, just to create the new accounts for the employee, to provision the new computer, the new mobile phone, etc., etc. So sometimes it can take so much time that when the hire joins the company, nothing is ready yet. So this is so we say what's on your mind, because I'm pretty sure that you also have things that you could improve thanks to automation, such as pick an order somewhere and put it in your CRM or in your ERP, check check if a user is already in a system and add him or change the group of this user because he changes the role in the company. I can imagine so many things. So obviously, and it's not new. It happens since years and years, and it's still increasing. We need to accomplish more with less budget, less money. Okay, we need to be faster, to be efficient, more fast. We obviously have to deal with competition, so we have to innovate more rapidly than the others. So we need to be always the best in the market if we want to keep market share, for example, or to earn a new market shares. And obviously, if there is a problem, you want to be aware that there is a problem, but also you need to be efficient to solve this problem. So you are efficient only if you know exactly what you need to change if something goes wrong, for example. Example, if one of your customers complain, you need to know that as fast as possible in order to answer rapidly. If you don't answer rapidly enough, they are not happy. Me personally, I'm not happy when I call support and they don't answer immediately. So as I said, Make is a no-code solution. So it means that we can compare it to coding tools, in fact, because you're still programming, but visually. So someone said yesterday, it's a visual. Well, this type of solutions, but not only Make, are more visual programming. So it means that you drag and drop the things, but you're still preparing some kind of algorithm where you have all your steps, you make conditions, you route it somewhere based on the data that you get somewhere else, etc. So, but it's visual, and that's the main and big difference. So I will make a live demo to show you what it looks like. So it's support request management use case, where I will show you how we can build a new integration directly, a new orchestration directly from Make based on different third-party applications. So let me show you what it looks like. So I will just make my screen a little bigger. Let's go here, and I will do like this. I hope it's okay. So let me just introduce you rapidly what Make is and how we use it. So it's a SaaS application, so we use a browser to access it. So you can see that we have this type of assets. These are called scenarios. So a scenario is a name we give at Make for integration, orchestration. It's where you define all the steps you have to go through. I want to get my orders in Shopify. I want to update a Google spreadsheet. I want to do this. You create a scenario for that. And I will create a scenario in front of you. And you have different other assets that you can we can see later. I won't have time to show you everything. Obviously, we are short in time to do that. So my goal here, we just try to play with my screen just so that I can show you everything. We have a form made with JotForm. So I could have used any other forms solution. JotForm allows me, what I liked with it is that it allows me to add widgets, and I can take a picture, for example, and I can send the picture to Make. So that's why it was interesting to show you this. So the goal here is to, for the end users, to ask for a support request. Okay, so they have an issue with a laptop or anything, and they will type their first name, last name, email, and the description of their issue, and potentially a picture. And when they do so, what we want is to capture this event. We want to open a new ticket in Jira. So Jira is a ticketing platform. It does many more things, but we use it to say, okay, the company that gets the request will fill this request and create a ticket for that so that they can follow what happens, etc. So it's very simple because I won't have time to show you more advanced, except that I will show you some other examples that are already built, but just to show you the principles behind this. Okay. Since when? Okay, all right. It's very weird because okay. It's maybe I did something wrong somewhere. Okay, so let me show you. So Make, as I said, is a no-code tool, is a visual solution, right? So when you create a new scenario in Make, you will put all the steps you want to go through. You will add conditions, we do mappings, etc. So as a first step in this scenario, what I want is to capture every time someone fills a new form. You know this form, incident request. I want to capture this, and I want to grab the data the user has typed in his form. And we'll go to the next steps after. So let me show you rapidly. So I click plus. So you see, we integrate natively with 1,500 applications. But you can also make a direct HTTP calls if you have an API. If, for instance, you don't find the application that you need to integrate with, you can still call it. As soon as there is an API, you can call it. Obviously, I didn't pick randomly a JotForm. We have an application. One interesting thing with JotForm and with some other applications, many other applications, I would say, is that you see here, there is a little instant tag. It means that it will be immediate. So it means that as soon as someone will fill the data, it will automatically call my scenario. My scenario will be triggered automatically with the data the user filled. So let me show you. So these are the actions that I can do. So now I can do different type of actions, including watch for submissions. I will create my connection, etc. I will just select the form. So you know I'm already connected to my JotForm account. I did it before I joined you, but I could have clicked on add and create my connection. So everything is already connected in my demo, all right? So I will select incident support request. So it has found that there is this type of form. And then automatically what Make did is to subscribe my scenario to new submissions. It means that automatically I don't need to do anything else. Now, from now, every time someone will submit something in this specific form, in JotForm, it will trigger my scenario. So I will show you what it looks like. So let me click OK here. I will save. This is my reflex as a former developer. So here you see my JotForm is here. It's waiting. You see, it's waiting for a new. You see. I will fill some data. So I will do this. Okay, with the microphone, it's not super easy. I will type something random just to show you first what it looks like. We'll try multiple times. Okay, so I will say I have an issue. Okay, let's make it simple. I won't take a picture now. I will just submit. So, okay, now in JotForm, I'm done. As a user, I filled the form. So the form could be embedded in a website, etc. So we can imagine any type of use case with the form. But you see here, now the scenario is not listening anymore. It has received a notification. So I will go. Sorry, I will go here. I will go to request. So it's very small. Sorry about that. But I know, and I don't know how to zoom. I have a Mac since 2 years. I don't know how to zoom. But still, yeah. I will read for you. So first name BN, last name PO, the email, etc., and the issue. So you see, it's very simple. I got the data. So now I have the data. I know how to handle it. So I want to create a ticket in Jira and put some of this data into my Jira ticket, right? So for Jira, it's very simple. I have some kind of ticket issues that I can create. I will show you here. It will appear here once I created it. But I want to show you how I build it. So you see here, now what you can do, you can click plus, and you can select the next step, you see. So the next step includes is Jira Cloud Platform. I want to create an issue. So you see, I could have queried an issue, modified an issue, create. So we can do many things. It really depends on the capabilities of the API that we call. Okay. So here, project ID, we go to customer support. This is my project in Jira. The issue type is customer issue report. And you see, it's loading things. Because for me, it's loading all the required fields for this issue. So that I can just map, in fact. So I don't need to understand how the API of Jira works. You see, I just fill the data that I'm proposed by Make. So here you see there is a summary field. So maybe I can type issue for here, and I put the first name and the last name the user has typed. Okay, and you see here in this pop-up, I have a pop-up that shows me all information that has been typed by the user. So here you see I have first name, last name, email. Please describe your issue. I also have take photo if needed. So for the moment it's empty. So I just map first name, space, last name. I could do something much more advanced. I could use functions to capitalize, I could trim to remove the space. I can do a lot of other things, of course. So for the description, I will use please describe. The reporter, so this is mandatory in Jira. I have to set who is asking, so I will set myself. And here, email, you see these are custom fields. So very important, these are custom fields in Jira. So it's not out of the box in Jira. I created them separately in Jira. But Make detected that there are these custom fields so that I can fill them when I create the ticket from Make. So let me just do it rapidly. I will just select email, phone number, we don't care, first name, last name, and I think for now it will be enough. I just don't want to spend too much time. Of course, I could fill many more fields and many more data. So let's see what happens. So I run it again. So now let's try again. So I'm just playing now. Obviously, after we can deploy it, let it run on this side. Just now I'm playing with it, I'm trying. So I have an issue, I click submit. So let's see what happens here. Let's go back to Make. Okay, it has worked. You see, as a result, it created me a new issue, 10.141, etc., issue key CS50. So let's see in Jira. I will just refresh my page. And here, what I can see, you see issue for BNPO. If I go in details, I can see the details like the email, the first name, the last name, etc. So you see, so in a few clicks, in fact, I created a new ticket in Jira using their API without knowing their API. In fact, I don't need to know anything about the API. So if I want to do something a little bit more sophisticated, I want to show you rapidly what we could do. Obviously, with Make, you can do something much more complex. This is a two-step scenario, no filter, nothing. So let's make it a little bit more complex. I will add a router. So in the flow controls, you can use routers. You see, you can add as many steps as you want. So we zoom out here. You can remove a step. You can for those that already use the Make so far. Now we can reorder the routes. So we can say, okay, this one is the first one. So those that played with Make before, we know it's super interesting to have this. For the others, no, it's not interesting. So let me just align, and let's see here. Here I want to add a picture. If the guy has taken a picture in JotForm, I want to add it in the ticket. So I will use Jira again, but this time you see amongst all the modules I have one called attach something. Let me just filter. Add an attachment. Okay, add an attachment allows me to include, for example, a JPEG. In binary format. So add an attachment. I will select. So you see now it says where do you want to attach this picture? I want to attach it to the issue I've just created. And you see here I have the output of this call. So when I created the issue as an output, it returned me the issue ID. So I will use this one. I will just drag and drop this. For the data, I will give a name. I will say demo.jpg just for the demonstration. And here, it's a little specific. Sorry for the more complex step, but the image that I will get is in a specific format. It's an embedded format, and it's in base 64 encoding. So for those that know this type of things, it needs to be transformed into binary. And for this, I created a little function in Make. So for this, sorry, it's not this one. For this, I'm using a feature of the enterprise version of Make. This feature allows me to create a JavaScript function that I can use after in my mappings. Convert image to binary, and I will put the image here, take photo if needed. And also, I will do it only if there is an image. So for that, I will decide to go to this step only if this condition is true. So what is the condition? Take photo if needed has to be not equal to empty, to an empty string, in fact. So here I say, you go to this step only if the user has clicked a picture, okay? Because if not, you will find nothing, so it won't work. And here I will say, if I have time, I will show you a Slack part, but just let's see what happens now. Let's go here, okay? Now I will use my telephone because I need to take a picture, and I know I can't, I don't know how to enable pictures from my computer. I'm a technical guy, you know. So, okay, I share my screen. Normally, yeah, okay, you can see, and here, it's the exact same form from JotForm. So now I will say I'm called John Doe, Adore. Okay, it's okay. I put my email. I have a problem. I'm super original. I heard that with ChatGPT or things like this, we can ask it to generate random data for you for tests, etc. So I should use this actually. So I take picture. So you are not my issue. let's say there is a problem with my computer. So I will just take a picture of my computer. I will click submit. So now you see the scenario. Sorry, the submit didn't work. Okay, it just takes time. Okay, you see, now it has gone to the last step. So apparently it's fine. So let's see what happens. So okay, take photo is needed. You see, data, image, JPEG, etc. So it received something. So that's why we went to the step, right? How long do I have to finish? You know, it's 47. Okay. So yeah, 2 minutes. Let's see now in customer support in Jira. So this is a CS51 issue for John Doe, and you see this is the picture. Okay, so I could get the data, this picture. So what I wanted to do for the next step, but I guess I won't have time to show you in details, is how we could add artificial intelligence in it. Let me just show you. I won't handle the data that is received, but to show you the principle. So I will use so we have integrated with a lot of artificial intelligence solutions. One of them that I really appreciate is Eden AI. I don't know if you know them, because it's an aggregator of different artificial intelligence solutions. So it's super convenient, I would say. So if I do Eden AI, I know that there is, I will type to filter, detect object in image. And this one is super funny because I can really, let me rename. We can take any picture and it will say if it's very confident or not. There will be a percentage. And the data, I will do exactly the same as earlier. So I will do convert image to binary. I will map the data, take picture, take photo, okay? And I will choose what provider. I know I tested again already before I show you. So I know Sentisite is not too bad. I could select different AIs. And now Eden AI, it takes the most powerful data and it provides it to you. So it's very powerful for that. Let's try rapidly. I do it rapidly. I will go back in my form. I will type new data. I type anything for data just because I want to show you rapidly. I take a picture, and now let's see. I will still take the computer, but with the microphone, for example. And if it doesn't work, it's not my fault. It's just you know. So now I say okay, I saved. Please wait. Okay, and let's see. You see. So now I'm not doing any other steps after. Of course, I could aggregate this. I could do a lot of things. But let's see the results. So let's use the results directly provided by Sentisite. So it says, okay, laptop. You see, laptop. 98% sure that there is a laptop. So maybe computer keyboard, yes. Microphone. Microphone. Ah, it's great. So I didn't have any demo effect. Huh? It worked. So obviously I could go even further because from this I could just pick the one that are more than zero 0.8, for example, and I can update the ticket to say, okay, I found this and this and that. So this is one way to do. But obviously there are so many other use cases, as we said already. For example, and after I'm done. For example, this one I like it because it's the same type that incident support request because I'm also using JotForm for the demo. I won't have time to run it, but here we create a ticket when someone opens a claim. So he's not happy, something wrong happened, he's super unhappy, so he fills the form. And what we want to do is to open a new ticket in Zendesk this time, but also ask ChatGPT to propose an answer. So we say, okay, I can show you just how it's designed. You see, assuming the following text is a claim to the support team, answer with relevant apologies, blah, blah, blah. And I map the object of the reclamation, of the request. And it returns me a text saying, oh, we are sorry, it won't happen again, blah, blah, blah. So it really depends on the type of data. And then instead of sending it back directly to the customer, we use a human in the loop, you know. So I use Slack to post as a bot a new Slack message to the support team or the sales team to say, okay, this guy has complained, this is the complaint, this is the answer that we propose, that ChatGPT proposed. The guys can make modifications, they can say, okay, it's fine, etc. And when they click send, so in Slack, it starts the second scenario, so it's the second part. And this second scenario, it's a webhook scenario for those that know, so it can be triggered automatically, like with JotForm, in fact. Slack calls this scenario, sends some data, and in fact, we update the Zendesk ticket, and we send an email to the customer. But what I wanted to emphasize here is that, for me, AI and automation are a perfect mix, because we cannot ask everything to AI, we cannot ask everything to automation, but the two combined, we can have this type of use cases where you ask ChatGPT or other AI tool to help you in your work, but you still keep control. You know, you still have a look at what he answered, because sometimes it's not very relevant. You know, you already used ChatGPT, for example. Sometimes it's better that the human validates, but they still have less work to do because one part of it is done. And we have so many other use cases, like we had one customer, and after I'm done, one customer, I could talk 3 hours. One customer in Denmark asked us to do a review. What is it? Sorry for the stars. Like Captera or things like this. You know, I just forgot the name. I'm sorry about that. Let me go back to the good notes that we had, so that you see. It's not here. Well. So they receive reviews from customers, and what they do with ChatGPT and Make is to detect if a comment is negative or positive, and according they act differently. So if it's negative, they send it to the support team so that they have a look and they answer. If it's positive, they just reply, say thank you for your nice comments, blah blah blah. You know, so they save so much time with this because they receive a lot of review. It's Trustpilot. It came back. Okay, it's strange. I make a presentation of Mac and I finish with another solution. Okay, Trustpilot. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Benjamin. I hope that for those of you who doesn't know Make now have a better understanding of our technology. I've been working at Make for 2 years, and I've been working directly with Benjamin for 2 years. And there are 2 things I learned today. First is that he is still having loads of fun creating a very simple scenario. And the second thing is that he cannot Zoom, even after he shared his age with us. So I'm going to give you a little gift for your birthday. And I promise that next year he is going to be here again together with me, and he will know how to Zoom.
I promise I will learn. It's harder than NoCode solutions.
Yeah. So I would like to also invite Thomas on the stage with us. Thank you.
Can you give
Okay,
a few words
a
about
little bit
Allegria?
about me. I'm leading the agency partnership at Make. And what we do with our partners, we are helping them to grow and to scale. Our partners are offering several types of services, from creating a simple scenario, as Benjamin just showed you, all the way up to automating the whole departments. Therefore, we have Allegria here. Allegria is our best and trusted partner in France, and we are so happy we got the invitation for the NoCode Summit from you.
Thank you for the invitation for at the round table.
Yeah, stop. Okay, I have a few questions for both of them. But before, I have to make a disclaimer. I use ChatGPT to help me a little bit with those questions.
You didn't say that before.
I'm telling it now. And I was really impressed by the answers, so I didn't change them a lot. And another suggestion I would like to give you is be nice to ChatGPT. I always say hello, thank you, and please. Because I don't know, maybe in 30, 50 years we will have another Terminator, situation. And I really hope they will remember me as, the girl that was always polite. Okay, the question for both of you. When did you become interested in NoCode? And do you remember the spark of your interest?
May I start?
Yes, sure.
Perfect. So just to introduce myself, I'm Thomas, one of the co-founder and CEO of Allegria Group. And I went first in NoCode. It was during my last startup experience. Actually, I founded another startup before Allegria. It was in the e-commerce sector, so nothing to see with NoCode directly. But I had to have my development team focused on our main product. But also had a lot of operations, spending a lot of time doing low added value things. And I found this great platform, which was called at the time Integromat. So it was about 4 to 5 years ago. And it allowed me to automate almost every operation in the company. And then the company could run without even anybody working on that part. And so it was really impressive. The first time I've been on the platform, I don't have any background I don't have any technical background. I'm not a developer. I'm coming from finance, and it's really accessible. So you can do it. You've seen it with Benjamin before. It's really easy, and the effect is direct.
For those of you who doesn't know, Make before was Integromat. We were rebranded last year. So we were all in blue color. Now we have pink and purple. Thank you. Benjamin, do you remember the spark?
Yes, just rapidly, because I talked a lot earlier. No, it's just me. I've always been working for software companies, mainly as a pre-sales, like I do now, and the other solutions I was evangelizing were for IT guys. So it was only technical, very complex applications. And the first time I was introduced to Integromat, before I joined them, I said, "What is this toy?" But in reality, when I tried it, when I played with it, I said it's so great. It's great because, in fact, we can go far. It's not a toy at all, in fact, in reality. And also because for me, as a pre-sales, it was nicer, I would say, because we can talk now to line of business. We can talk about real use cases. While I was talking about certifications or technical stuff, architecture only, So it was more interesting for me to show that we dive into the real use cases very fast with Make. And also because as a pre-sales, I can more easily make the wow effect, that all the pre-sales look for. I can prepare a demo, a custom demo very fast. My prospects and customers ask, can we do this and that? And the next day or in 2 days, I can show them something running that is very close to what they want to achieve. This is really a differentiator for me as a pre-sales also.
Thank you. Benjamin, you also shared with us that before you were a traditional developer.
Yeah.
when you had your presentation, and now you're working for the NoCode company. How do you see the role of a solution engineer changing when we are talking about traditional development to the NoCode?
Okay, your question is, well, my answer will be very close to the previous answer because I consider that, well, you can be pre-sales for technical companies. So I worked for WebMethods, MuleSoft, Axway, very IT-oriented solutions. And you have pre-sales for vertical solutions, HR, etc. So these guys already talk to line of business, already do talk about real implementations for the use cases the customers want to go to. With Make, we are still in integration, we're still in automation, but we can talk business directly. So obviously, I can still keep my technical hat when I talk to IT guys or someone more technical, because we can do very complex things as well, So it's more now the role of pre-sales or solution engineering in software editor in the NoCode is more fun, I would say. We talk more about business.
We saw how much fun you had.
Yeah, sorry?
We saw how much fun you had.
Yes. I really enjoy this time what I do because I can talk to people that never did any technical stuff and they see the result, so that's super nice.
Thank you. So our session is called Embracing No-Code. So as you can see, it can come from a person who has no technical background to become a developer, but also people that have a traditional developer background to come to no-code.
Exactly.
So now I have a question for Thomas. What or how would you describe the approach of Allegria to education and training, and what do you do, how you do it, what are the key components for those of you who would like to learn with Allegria, what they can look forward to see?
Yes, actually we have a school, so we are training people to learn how to use no-code tools in professional environment. We have various training, but I think that the approach that works pretty well would be kind of a 4 steps approach. So first, I think to use this platform well and to go really far with these platforms, you need to understand their underlying IT concepts behind these platforms. So as you have seen, you can develop some really complex scenarios, and so to make them scalable, to make them work in professional environment, you need to understand this concept. So first, I think you need to have a theoretical approach on this concept. Then you can go practicing. Actually, you can go practicing pretty fast with the platform, but at the beginning, if you go alone, I think maybe you could feel lost. Maybe not with Make, but with some other solutions that are maybe more complex to take in hand. And so I would advise to be supported in that first practicing. Then in third step, you can practice alone. You can try to solve some use cases by yourself. Try to do it for your business, for you. And try to resolve the problem by yourself. And after that, I think you are independent on this platform, but they are evolving. So you need to be continuously learning, to be continuously aware of what's happening. When I discovered Make, there were no AI yet, and what I see now, it's really impressive. So you need to stay aware of that. Yeah.
Actually, we had a presentation today downstairs on the main stage with a customer, GoJob, and they were showing how they use Make and AI. And when I asked Thibaut what is the craziest automation he built, he shared with us that 2 or 3 times a week they are using ChatGPT to generate a poem, and they send it to their employees to make their day better. So not only using difficult business use cases, they will potentially bring you a lot of money, but you can simply use it for motivating your employees, colleagues, and friends. Thank you, Thomas. Well, you actually also spoke a lot about practice. And at Allegria, you are also putting your students in contact with the companies. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, sure. We think that even if no code could feel really easy to learn, if you want to do it in a professional way, you may have to spend some time on it, and you have to practice in real conditions. So what we are doing, we have a 15 months long course, including 12 months of a work-study contract, where you will be working in a company 4 days a week and going back to school 1 day a week. And so it enables the students to practice on real use case, and then they come back at the school with their question, and they can resolve them that way.
I think that this aspect of practicing is super important. I actually did my baccalaureate from French, and I haven't used French since I was 19 years old. So because I don't practice it, I completely lost my vocabulary and everything. So yeah, super important. Go and practice and try Make and try Airtable and Software and Glide and Bubble and everything. Benjamin is looking at me like he didn't get an opportunity to speak for a long time. So I will look for a question for him.
Please.
Benjamin, what do you see as benefits and limitations in implementing no-code? And what advice would you give to companies that are considering implementing no-code, but they are a little bit hesitant, what they should think about before they do the step?
Well, this is a very broad question, in fact. So I will try to summarize my answer. So we should be careful not to consider that no code will solve absolutely everything. So you have first to make let's say a list of the use cases that you want to implement to make sure that they can be implemented with no code. You should not hesitate to get help from our partners when we talk about Make, for instance, because they know more because they already use the platform, so they know the limitations and what will work, what will not work, or what will be complex to do. So this is important. I consider that when you are a huge company that has a lot of legacy, I would not use no-code solutions like Make to implement the integration of these legacy applications, but more about to orchestrate the exchange of different systems and to make the end-to-end process. But for the underlying technical stuff, it should be done elsewhere, in my opinion. So just be careful of this. Well, your question was broad, so I'm not sure I got all the points. So, yeah.
You actually you answered what would be the advice you would give them and the benefits and limitation. And I really agree with that. Even though I would love to see Make being implemented around the world, like in every single company, there are limitations. So we have to talk about them and think about them before we do the whole automation.
Yes, this is my role also, sorry, to qualify and see, well, when we talk to us about your use case, to see whether it's possible or not with the solution. So I can help with this. You wanted to add something, Thomas?
No, just to say that, yeah, there are a lot of no-code platforms. There are a lot of use cases. And maybe sometimes you could be coached, you can be consulted to know which is the best platform for the use case you want to tackle. And this is constantly evolving.
So we are promoting partnership here.
I think it's almost fine.
Thomas, can you tell us how many people were trained in Allegria since the beginning of your company?
So, to be honest, I don't have the exact number, but we have 3 types of training. First, we are working with companies, such as L'Oréal, for instance, where we will train a lot of people there. We plan to train the whole company, so it will be a lot of people. But also, we have 2 other trainings that are more B2C oriented. So the long course I talked to you about before, but also an online training, which is asynchronous. And I think in total we have about 1,500 people. We are trained, we're enrolled in one of our trainings.
That's quite a number. So speaking about the volume, can you share with us a success story of a student you're especially proud of, something that, you know, a career change or career advancement they had after they finished your course?
Yes, sure. I have a story in mind because it's a student that just finished their course. Um, she was before studying modern letters. I think you can say that in English at La Sorbonne. So nothing to see with development, with no code, or I don't know. And she was a bit seeking herself what I would do after. I'm not sure this is the right way for me. And then after she quit the school and she was unemployed. She discovered the NoCode tools. She went at Alegria Academy. And now, just fast forward, we are like about 15 months after she started. She's now a Webflow developer. Sorry, it's not Make this time. And she's working essentially on front end, and she's working 100% remote. She's in Tokyo now, in Japan, and she lives very well there. She have a job, and she do what she loves.
Amazing. So I think you must be very proud of your students.
I am, and there are a lot of other stories like that. To be honest.
Can you tell us one more?
Yes, maybe. What could I say? Maybe I have someone in mind who was a cook. So a chef, yeah. He was cooking in a restaurant, just playing with some no-code tools. He discovered that. Now he quit the restoration. He quit that part, and he's doing a Bubble. So he's a Bubble developer.
Thank you. I was fishing for a make, but I failed.
I know.
Also, it's very interesting for me to see that people not only are trained or the no-code tools and have them in their, I would say, CV repository of the things they can know, but also I have seen titles as a head of no-code, and it's not only the training you make, but it's the whole departments that are being made and named after no-code. Yes. Going back to our title, Emerging No-Code, and you can change the world when you change your mindset. Looking into the future, what are the emerging trends you see that will be shaping the most no-code?
Yes, I can start. Thanks. So of course, it's an emerging trend. We are talking about it every day. It's the theme of the NoCode Summit this year. NoCode and AI. It's impressive. It's really powerful. But to be a bit more original, I would say, I see also some open source solutions that are growing out of the market. They can address some use case that SaaS solution based on cloud cannot address. And I would say also that the no-code tools were at the beginning more for the citizen developers, and they are going more and more into enterprise, into big corporates. And I think that Make too, you are doing this move.
Yes, you just stole my idea with the last sentence. Thank you. Me too. I wanted to say this. There is a convergence. We say in French convergence. I don't know if we say this in English. Yeah, okay. So there is a convergence between no-code and more traditional IT solutions. And one day, for me, there will be one single solution. So the traditional, we try to make the solution easier and easier to use. And the no-code solution will be more enterprise ready, or more and more enterprise ready. So for me, the trend, I wanted to talk about also AI, because I know that AI will be very often used to start not from scratch, to ask in natural language what we want to achieve, for example, but also this type of convergence between citizen and IT. In fact, we come back to what I said 2 years ago already. I really feel that we make now the IT guys talk to the business guys. It converges the two, and they can more easily talk and explain what they want on one side or what they can do on the other side. So that's super good for that. Yeah.
We can actually see it every day, then the gap between the developer and the business person is shrinking. I don't have a developer background, or I didn't study IT, but I've been working in IT for my whole life. And actually at Make, it has been the easiest for me to speak with developers and understanding what they are doing. And if they're as funny as Benjamin, it's a pleasure to work with them.
Thank you.
We are pretty much done with our questions, but I would like to ask if anyone in the audience has a question that would like to ask either Thomas or Benjamin.
Hello to the both of you, and thank you very much for your intervention. My question is, how do you think that also ChatGPT will help people increase their workflow? Like, is it possible to ask ChatGPT, for instance, okay, I want this use case, and they will just deliver the make workflow for you? And do you think it will be happen also in other tools, and how much like the NoCode tools will become even more powerful and even more accessible to non-coders? Thanks.
So I'm not in the inner circle of what they do at Make development team, etc. So I don't know exactly what will happen in the next month or next year. But what I know is that yes, there will be this. In most solutions, a way to describe in a natural language what you want to achieve, so that they build for you the first part, at least, of your use case. Make scenario or bubble app or any other things, of course. So I really believe it will happen. I have from GoJob, Anthony, he showed me. He did the other way around. He used a scenario in Make, and he said, okay, ChatGPT describe me the scenario, and ChatGPT described it. He said, oh, the scenario is doing this and that and that. So at least the other way around is possible already. So we are not far from being. Yes, you have to.
But also, I think that ChatGPT could help you build scenarios or build application on every NoCode tools. You just train the model on the documentation, for instance, and it will helps you a lot. Yeah.
Yes.
I see that lots of people are leaving, so I think it's a sign that we should wrap up our session.
We are a little late.
We are sorry we keep you for a little bit longer than expected, but Benjamin has so much fun talking to you, everyone.
It's my fault.
And explaining what we do. Thank you for attending this session. It has been pleasure describing what our company is doing. If you're interested more about Make, we have a booth over there. Allegria also had booth over there, and they are very well prepared to answer all your questions about Make. The very last thing I would like to announce is that we are hosting a party tonight, and we are looking forward to see you all there. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you.